ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists, but they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
I respect everything everyone is saying to me, and I don't want to fake apologize. I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying.
Not good for anyone, and it's not good for poor folks. It is not good for y'all because you become slave fodder. It's not a good thing. It's not good for women because you are now being told and dictated to, and you can't say anything because they, throw you in a jail or whatever.
Whoopi Goldberg is seen blinking quickly and trembling while clutching the edge of the table as if it were the only thing keeping her grounded. This time, however, the tea has flipped, and she isn't the sharp-toned queen of The View, spitting out hot takes and opinions like they're sacred truth. Instead, she is in court, which is why Karoline Leavitt, a young, fierce, and unapologetically outspoken conservative, is there. Powerhouse did the unimaginable by dragging Whoopi into the courts, forcing her to answer for every word and causing trust receipts to be dropped. What began as a passionate daytime TV discussion turned into a full-scale legal nightmare, and now the tears are streaming down her face. She's breaking under the strain, and the masks are falling. But before we dissect this meltdown piece by piece, please hit the like and subscribe buttons because this courtroom drama is precisely what you need. As usual, The View began with a circle of co-hosts, a contentious guest, and a political jab that culminated in a conversation. This time, however, Karoline Leavitt was the subject of the madness that keeps the gossip mills churning. Just subscribed, you're a legend. Joy began by jokingly disparaging Karoline's political ascent as though it were all due to her looks, and then Whoopi jumped in.
If you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Right on cue, Whoopi sneered that Karoline's success was just the result of her becoming woke. The audience cheered as Sonny jumped in and dismissed it as just another instance of white privilege at work. However, Karoline didn't flinch. Instead, she sat quietly and took it all in. Days later, she retaliated, not with a tirade on Twitter or a headline-grabbing interview, but with a legal grenade that sent shockwaves through ABC. Most people in her position would have applauded. Karoline, however, played it smart. He went through every clip, quote, and smug comment, and created a case that was impossible to ignore. Then, with her legal team by her side, she filed a defamation lawsuit that was so astounding that it cost Front Page News $800 million. Let that figure sink in. The lawsuit targeted Joy Behar, Sonny Hostin, and the entire network itself. The accusations were character assassination and slander, a concerted effort to silence conservative voices in the media, and this is the true game changer. In a scathing statement, Karoline's legal team made it clear that she wasn't seeking retribution, but rather accountability, saying that no woman should be publicly demolished for having the audacity to speak for herself.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline,
the
thank you very much
expectation
for your time.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC should wait.
Suddenly, it was more than just a lawsuit. It was a full-scale conflict. Fast forward to this week, and the courtroom is crowded. Whoopi Goldberg enters wearing huge sunglasses that cover her face and make it impossible to read her expression. But by the time Karoline's legal team has completed presenting their case, the cracks begin to appear. Witnesses said that as clips of incriminating evidence played, Whoopi visibly shook. The bombshell documents emails, hall records, and internal producer communications that suggested they knew they were pressing Karoline's buttons and keeping the cameras rolling for maximum humiliation struck home after she revealed her IQ, appearance, and even her accent. According to reports, Whoopi lowered her face into her hands after bending over to mutter something to her lawyer. She wiped away her tears during a recess. The change from an unwavering TV star to a collapsing defendant captured under a media spotlight was astounding. She created her own firestorm, and Karoline didn't gloat or smirk. Instead, She just sat there composed and quiet, but her silence spoke more than words could.
Hey, Rowan, I couldn't do that at 27. No nonsense, straight to the point.
You're looking for receipts. Karoline came with the whole ledger. Her legal team, not just a few, released a torrent of evidence, including months' worth of video, internal show notes, and transcribed portions, demonstrating a planned, intentional takedown. According to a leaked document, producers were told to take advantage of Karoline's youth, put her on the defensive right away, and change the subject to something negative. Legal analysts were astounded that this wasn't just petty when the courtroom became silent. Drama on television when questioned about the documents, it appeared to be planned. Karoline's attorney didn't miss a beat when Whoopi attempted to skirt the issue by saying she wasn't informed of every production choice. When speaking in front of millions of people, ignorance is not an excuse. The words pierced the room like a blade, and the audience gasped. In the meantime, Whoopi's face went pale behind the scenes. According to reports, ABC officials are in full-blown crisis mode, frantically going over Whoopi's contract, assessing the potential legal repercussions, and posing one harsh query. According to several sources, ABC isn't just thinking about an exit strategy for her. It may be preparing for the end of the show altogether, because if Karoline wins this case, the shockwaves won't just hit one talk show, they'll shake the entire industry. Can the show even survive this insider whisper that advertisers are quietly pulling out ratings and slipping the network's PR team dead silent once untouchable Whoopi is now radioactive?
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him, they have shamed him, they have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
Karoline Leavitt is proven to be unwavering as Whoopi falls under the weight of the legal struggle. Her methodical, fact-driven approach has won her respect from both opponents and supporters. Social media is ablaze in corners. The conversation is dominated by hashtags like Justice for Karoline and media accountability. Karoline isn't here to play the victim. She's here to set the example. Even some of her previous detractors are embracing the moment and praising her for standing firm against a media juggernaut that many claim has functioned without accountability for far too long.
Whoopi Goldberg, who raised a few eyebrows using the Bible to support the idea of kids getting gender change surgeries. Take a look.
This is a party that says we believe in parents' rights. You're telling me that as a parent, I'm not smart enough to decide if my child and I need to have gender affirming. Our doctors are not involved. What is going on? So I can't decide what my kid reads. I can't decide for my child what my child says is going on. You're telling me your beliefs, and they keep saying it, and I keep saying, what Bible are you reading? Because God was really clear.
What would happen if the court decided in Karoline's favor? The consequences might be severe, forcing Whoopi to apologize publicly, pay millions in damages, and possibly take the largest hit away from the entire future of The View is in jeopardy. But there is more going on here than the legal drama. A line has been drawn. Karoline's message is obvious. Even the most powerful voices cannot avoid accountability indefinitely. And if this case is any indicator, the days of unrestrained on-air takedowns may finally be coming to an end.
Do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate help.
Your time to weigh in is now. Did Whoopi Goldberg go too far? Was Karoline Leavitt correct to demand accountability? Should The View be held accountable for the statements of its host? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Before you leave, remember to use the like button to support bold reporting. And if Whoopi is already falling apart in court, believe me, this is only the beginning. Subscribe for more exclusive updates.